Tonight, the Bushwick Book Club Seattle performs an evening of music inspired by Alexandre Dumas' The Count of Monte Cristo. Here to get it started is our MC, Sialor St Claire.
Inspiration from the page, now translated for the stage.
Hi there, friends. How are you all doing tonight? Look at you. I say look at you, but I really can't see you, and perhaps that's for the best, right? It's nice actually to be up here in bright lights and you out there in the dark, because it's been a little while. So thank you all so much for coming out to join us, and thank those of you who are watching us at home on the live stream in the comfort of your pajamas. I hope, though, that you put on something sparkly as well. You know, I don't know. Maybe your pajamas are sparkly pajamas. Maybe that's how you feel comfortable. But I have to tell you that I chose this look tonight because this is a special occasion, since I finished reading this book 4 hours ago. And I thought, I'm gonna really need to celebrate that event, because Count of Monte Cristo is epic, y'all. For those of you who have really sunk your teeth into this book has pretty much everything that you could possibly want in a book, right? There are near-death experiences, there are poisoning plots, there's revenge, there's embezzlement, there are secret love children. It's just as much as you could possibly pack into 16 soap operas in one incredibly long novel. So I'm very excited, and I hope you are too, to see how all of our artists tonight have picked up on those themes and turned them into music. So just in case you're new to Bushwick Book Club, that is what happens here. People take their inspiration for songs from the books that they're reading, creating this really beautiful synchronicity between literature and songwriting. And Bushwick, as our friends from Town Hall remind you, is a member-supported organization, and it has two branches. So there's what you're seeing here tonight, which is Bushwick Book Club, where we come and we play some music about books. And then the second half of this is the Style program, which is songwriting through youth literature education, where Bushwick teaching artists go into schools and teach young kids how to love literature and love songwriting, creating the next generation of artists and readers. And they do that by teaching them what they do up here, what they're going to show you tonight. So you're going to get a really fantastic style lesson as adults, and then maybe you can tell some children you know how cool it is, and they'll want to bring it into their schools so that they can learn how to do this too. So I'm here tonight to guide you through all of this fantastic music that you are about to hear, and to introduce you to all of our Bushwick artists. So I would like to kick things off tonight with our first performer, who is no stranger to Bushwick Book Club. And in fact, I saw him earlier this week online at Bushwick's members only book club discussion on the internet, where he had a lot of fantastic things to say about why he likes this book so much, and why he really wanted to sink his teeth into it. So please welcome to the stage, Vince Martinez.
Sure. So I'm glad to be back on this stage. Last month I was here for Works of Beverly Cleary and did a song inspired by The Mouse on the Motorcycle, which my kids loved. I think they're in bed for this one. It's a little bit more of adult material. But very, very happy to be here. I was inspired in The Count of Monte Cristo by the fact, first I wanted to do it because I wanted to do the classic revenge story, and then I realized I work for a nonprofit, and there's many nonprofit folks here in Seattle, I imagine, and you're always looking for money and to do your mission. And I realized, hey, he's got so much money, and all he wants to do is have revenge. You know, he's just sort of solely driven by that. He doesn't seem to care about anything else, or really anyone else for that matter, except for that revenge. And so that's what this is inspired by. Those folks that do have the resources sometimes sit on the sidelines while the rest of the world crumbles, and because they have one sole ambition. So that's what this song is about. And I happen to be joined by Chris Poage, who you'll see a little bit later in the show. Chris and I were practicing doing the line checks, and we were just messing around and thought it sounded pretty dang good, so he's going to join me for the song. So non-rehearsed here. Here we go. it. Whatever I want, I'm gonna get it. A house in France, an odd romance with the Greek goddess of war. Whatever you got, I got more. But I don't care about world peace, stopping all the atrocities, no, no. There's only one thing that pleases me, and that's the treat of sweet revenge. Yes, that's the treat of sweet revenge. Show us how it's done, Chris. Unlimited credit, all my enemies, they're gonna get it. They can't escape the cruel fate, everything that they deserve. Revenge is a dish best served cold. But I don't care about the environment, the poor or the unfortunate, no, no. There's only one thing that's heaven sent, and that's the feet of sweet revenge. Yes, that's the feet of sweet revenge. Yeah, I know there's a lot of things wrong with the world today. Sure, honey, I'm only gonna make them better. But I'd rather use my wealth as a kind of stealth. Mars is awaiting, there's no hesitating. My plot's unfolding, they're gonna know me by my true name. And this the ultimate game. There's a limited credit, it'll buy all that you let in. The finer things like diamond rings, houses, horses, and more. It'll pay for a personal war. I only care about those who've been fair, and as for the rest of them and their kin, they can all be damned, blinded by the eye for an eye of revenge. I'm blinded by the eye for an eye of revenge. I'm blinded by the eye for an eye of revenge. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Vince. And Chris, special guest, surprise for me too. Didn't know you were doing that. Very cool. One thing I love about Bushwick actually is how collaborative every one of the artists here is, and things like this happen all of the time. And you can also hear evidence of a lot of those collaborations. You actually heard some of those as you were coming in, as you were settling down, because we were playing music from past Bushwick shows, a lot of which is available for download after these salons. You can go find that on bushwickbookclub.com and find out more. Now, our next artist tonight is also no stranger to producing music. She has written over 100 songs that have been published, and also has put out at least 5 albums and had her music featured on several different television programs. And one of those programs coming up is, in fact, her favorite show. She just got a contract to have one of her songs featured on Better Call Saul. So she's pretty excited about that. And we're pretty excited about that for her. I like that because like that's a show that also has this kind of Monte Cristo energy, right? Like the whole Breaking Bad universe has this deep revenge element running through that. So I think this is a really perfect show for her to be a part of. So let's please welcome to the stage our next artist tonight, Kristin Chambers.
Hello. So I'm celebrating too the fact that I was able to whittle down my 4-act opera to a 3-minute radio-ready song. This book brought up a lot of interesting, it's 900 pages worth of interesting different types of topics and themes, but mostly, and maybe because of sort of the way the world feels like right now, I kept thinking a lot about the word karma and the theme of good and bad and people getting what they deserve, and sometimes people not getting what they deserve, whether it's good or bad. So I thought about that quite a bit and ended up writing from that a relationship song. I guess all songs are relationships to something, but this relationship song still has no title. But I guess that doesn't matter. But I think I'm torn between karma, if karma exists, or we're running out of ships to sink. So it's a cheerful one. I'm glad we're all here on this very sunny Saturday. Some days I try to go back, search for any scraps of the story left undone. Words that don't belong, but it's like needles in a haystack. I miss the shard of glass that finally broke the skin. Just walking on the sand, and honey, you can be cruel. There was nothing I could do, hadn't gathered any tools to protect my heart from you. Now there is some distance, and I've learned about resistance. Push it down and you'll get more. And my heart was already yours. If karma exists, it's coming round for you. Probably sooner than you think. And honey, I'll admit, I know it's coming for me too. We're running out of ships to sink. Do you carry guilt about it? Bet you're doing fine without it. Never bothered much with truth. Too slippery a muse. May take decades still to wash this. Layers of what's toxic, good intentions they can break. Everything inside their wake. And I just have myself to thank. Well, it's coming round for you. Probably sooner than you think. And darling, I admit, it's coming for me too. We're running out of ships to sink. We're running out of ships to sink. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks, Bushwick.
Thank you so much, Kristin Chambers. So watch Better Call Saul just for her episode that features her song. But also, if you like her music, then please stay tuned for her EP coming out this summer. It's called Brighter Haze, release date TBD. But that's the sound, and that's lovely. So for those of you who are watching at home, maybe you want to keep up with where our artists are plugging their albums, where you can download their music or learn more about them, where you can see them next. So we actually have a digital program, and this goes for those of you who are in the room with me as well. You can look this up. And there's that QR code for those of you who are in the room, but it's bit.ly/CMC-program for those of you who are at home. Maybe if you scan your phone to your screen, you'll get the QR code too, and you won't have to type in all those letters that I just said. But either way, then you can find out more about all of our artists. And for those of you who are in the room tonight, special bonus for you is that we do have some merch. I am gesturing toward the piano and toward the direction of the merch, so you might want to check that out later. And for those of you who are at home, I'm sure you can find out about some of that merch online as well. So we do also have Bushwick artists who come to us from all over the state, and what's kind of nice about this kind of hybrid reality in which we live is that it means that folks in Spokane don't actually have to drive 5 hours to get here. So our next artist is going to come to us on video from Spokane. She is a music journalist in addition to a singer-songwriter, and she is also no stranger to Bushwick Book Club. You've seen her here before. So please welcome via video tonight, Olivia Brownlee.
Did you ever just have one of those days where you've put probably 10 hours into a song and then you're like, oh, this isn't it. This isn't it. I didn't manifest it correctly. So about 10 hours into this song that I was writing, I was like, oh no. And scrapped the whole thing, just about. Wrote a poem in about 3 minutes. And sent it to a few friends who speak French, at least conversationally, and said, hey, would you take a lot of artistic and linguistic liberty with this and translate it into something that I can turn into a music? So I want to give you the English version first. It goes like this. I have never known anyone so alive and so dead, so outside the law and so attached to the spirit. I've never known anyone to have domesticated vice like a house pet, wearing wanderlust like a wristwatch. I've never known any man to be as rich in trust as he is in wealth, whose good is as chaotic, whose evil as erotic. I've never known anyone so alive and so dead. Why do I want him to want me? Enjoy. This doesn't even have a title.
Si moureux et si vivant, croquis les lettres de
Olivia Brownlee, everybody. I hope she can hear us clap for her on the live stream if she's watching. And I love that delicious little video treat. So many of us spent so much time learning about camera angles and how to video edit over the past 2 years. But even watching that in reverse from behind the screen, I just felt like that really captured the spirit of a particular character in this book. I looked at her on screen singing in French in that black robe, and I thought, that's Eugénie Danglars. Like, that's exactly what that character wanted for herself, right? Like, Danglars' daughter, all she wants to do is be a musician. She doesn't want to be tied down to anything but the art, and that's really what I felt in that piece. So, Olivia, chef's kiss. I think you did an excellent cosplay, character cosplay there. I tried to character cosplay what I think Mercedes would look like, maybe a little bit. I don't know. There's a description of her in that painting, and I was like, this is a woman who knows how to style herself. And so I thought that was what I was going to try to go for tonight. So thank you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I know the piano, for your angle, you're fighting with the piano and the sequins. So it's like a whole other look over there for you, I think. So we also have some partner events that I wanted to tell you about, in addition to being here at Town Hall for this Bushwick Book Club's 12th season, as well as hybrid live streaming at home. We also partner with Seattle Arts and Lectures so that Bushwick music is featured at 4 of their poetry events throughout the year. So there's another nice little connection there between Bushwick Book Club and other arts organizations in this city. And that's one of the things that I love about this organization, is that they're constantly trying to make connections with other people and other performers. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here tonight. I'll just briefly tell you. I started working with Bushwick Book Club back in 2017. My friend Evan J. Peterson, who was one of their featured poets, had me come to host a Bushwick salon dedicated to his memoir, The Prep Diaries. And then I started bugging Wes and Jeff about other books I liked that I saw were in their season, and they have, for some reason, continued to ask me back. So thanks, y'all. I appreciate that you let me, this burlesque performer who really loves books, come out here and talk to all of you musicians who really love books every now and again. I always seem to turn up for, that's me. I always seem to turn up for the events that are classics. I just realized this week, that I tend to gravitate toward the public domain literature, and that's perhaps because my company, Novelties Theater, dances public domain literature. And we are planning to do an adaptation of Count of Monte Cristo, which is why I had to so feverishly read it, so that I could actually speak with some sense of authority here tonight, as well as know what the hell I'll be doing when I'm dancing in it at some point in the near future. So, in that spirit of talking about artistic collaboration, I want to introduce our next performer tonight, who loves to collaborate with all of the artists here, and you've already seen him do it once tonight. He is a Bothell-based performer, and I would like to welcome back to the stage for a little solo project, Chris Poage.
Thank you, Sailor. Thanks, Bushwick, for having me out. Yeah, this one, I guess the inspiration hit me kind of early on in the book, because I look for it right away to try to find something. And in my mind, when I knew that the author was French, I thought about, and even though the wrong era, I thought about swing jazz. And I thought, well, at least the swing jazz era was 100 years closer than the modern era to when the book was written, but it was still 100 years off. So anyway, I was kind of thinking that. And I'm reading, and I'm going, wow, this Edmond guy is tenacious. He's got all this attitude, he's got energy to just keep going. He keeps getting in trouble. And when I read about his incarceration, getting kind of framed to be in prison, and then being locked up for 14 years in prison on, the Chateau d'If, which is open 9 to 5 for visitation hours. I found out when I kind of was like, where is that? And, oh, yeah, okay, it's the French Alcatraz. And so I was like, okay, this is a completely impossible scenario. He's in jail for so long. He tunnels to another inmate to meet him in the middle of the night. They become friends, and they have this multi-year relationship where he takes him in kind of as a father-son, teacher-student relationship, and he starts kind of teaching him all this stuff, and the guy really likes him, and they're like, oh, well, he's tunneling and escape, and they're trying to get out, and just years and years go by, and he finally dies, the Abe, the older guy, and Edmond figures out that he could take his body, put it in the bed, get into the Abe's body bag, and get carried out to the cemetery, which turned out to be getting thrown over a cliff into the ocean, or Mediterranean, as it would be. So I thought, God, that's incredible. And of course, he's got a knife, and he falls, and he cuts himself open, and they tied a cannonball to his feet, and he cuts his way out, and he swims to safety, and it's just like, what? That's unbelievable. That would make a perfect song. So that's where I started, and it goes like this. Well, I'm sitting in the prison. I think they made decisions to keep me locked up for life. I'm staring through these bars, wondering who you are and why I'm not marrying my wife. A beautiful Mercedes from Portugal to Haiti, no other lady can compare. Solitary confinement was a horrible misalignment. I should be running my fingers through her hair. One of these days, everything will be okay. I'm not gonna rest till my work is done. One of these nights, everything will feel alright. But I'm gonna watch them fall one by one. Some rumbling like somebody tunneling, so I tapped 3 times on the wall. With a broken panhandle, I dug like a candle, burning all through the night. The Abe was old and he taught me things like hidden fortune and diamond rings. He handed me a map of exactly where it's at, just before his very life was done. One of these days, everything will be okay. I'm gonna watch them fall, one by one. One of these nights, everything will be alright. But I'm not gonna rest until my work is done. No rest until my work is done. The guards came in and they put him in a sack, and like an ordinary game of tag. Now, when it's gone, I tunneled to his room. I sewed myself inside his body bag. Well, off we went to the burial ground as they tied a heavy weight to my feet. When I heard him count to 3, I knew that I was free. I must have flown at least 100 feet. One of these days, everything will be okay. Watch them fall, one by one. One of these nights, everything will be alright. I'm not gonna rest until my work is done. No rest, no rest. No
is done. No, no rest until my work is. No rest until my work is done.
Thank you. That was really fun. Thank you.
Keep it going for the fantastic Chris Poage. So, Chris, you do realize now you are like 9 songs shy of a Count of Monte Cristo musical, right? Like, you just wrote a pretty good I Want song, so just gonna seed that idea. You know, I don't know how to get you funding for it, but I'm just saying. Okay, cool. We'll talk about it later. All right. So I would love to take a moment to turn the stage over to one of Bushwick's main members, I suppose, but who is also our development director. To say a few words to you, please welcome Ilisa Newhall.
Thank you. I just want to say hello, a quick hello, and I got to meet some of you who were coming here for the first time, and I'm really excited to see you and welcome to our show and to our community. And like Sialor mentioned earlier, we have a bunch of different programs, this being one of them. The other part is our youth education program where we teach students to write songs inspired by literature. I have a ton of information over there at the table, so when we do take a break, please come over and say hello. If you're interested in any of our other programs, if you want to join us in our community and become a member, you can just put your name down on the list over there. We also have some exciting events coming up over the summer. We're going to have a style party, and hopefully any of you educators out there, librarians, will come and hang out with us and learn more about style and have some drinks and food and be entertained and get ready for the next school year and see what all of our programs are about. So thank you so much for coming, and thanks for being here, and I hope that all of you, that this is your first time, that you're having a great time and enjoying our performances, and I hope to see you over there at the table. We also have some buttons that you can take home and some really cool postcards and some t-shirts, so please come and say hi. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilisa. Now, before you get up and go look at that table, we do have one more thing before we take a little break so that you can get to know all of the fantastic resources that Bushwick has available to you. And this one extra act is actually a trio this evening. So I would love to bring to the stage 3 ladies who are going to really make things go, go, go right now. Please give it up for the Go Janes.
Not fair. And from the time that we're little, all the way until the time we die, we have this kind of visceral reaction to things that are not fair, that are unjust, that are wrong, and out of balance. And we want to fix it. We want to get it back into some kind of balance. I was finishing up this book right about the time that the war in Ukraine broke out. And so there was this kind of mashup of stuff going on in my brain about how humans consume and react to and use vengeance, and when it's right and when it's not. The author of this book, one of the lines that jumped out to me when reading this book, Alexandre Dumas says, there are 2 remedies for evil: time and silence.
Take away, take away, take away the world, take away. I won't go away, is silence. Time is silence. Take away, take away, take away the world, take away. I won't go away, go away, never more away, go away. In my body and my blood waits an unrelenting judge, blind to time and silence. Time and silence. Time and silence. Time and silence. Take away, take away, take away the world, take away. I won't go away, go away, never more away, go away. Time and silence, time and silence, time and silence, time and silence. Do, 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 do,
Keep it going for the Go James. Beautiful, haunting melody to take us into a little brief intermission, so you can think about that. That's, I think, the sound of revenge haunting you for the rest of your days. So, folks, we are going to take a short little break, and during that little break, I encourage you to visit the merch table or to pick up something to, quench your thirst at the bar. And then also, we will be having quiz tonight. I realize I am not Wes Waddell, and Wes Waddell is unable to be here, and he's watching us at home on the live stream, so I really can't fuck up his job. So I would love it if some folks would put their names in the hat to play the quiz, and then you can win some fabulous prizes, and Wes will be proud of me, and that's really all we want tonight, isn't it, everybody? So we'll see you again in about 10 minutes for more music inspired by the Count of Monte Cristo. Thanks, everybody.
Take a trip to the bottom of your heart. Travel right here at the Bushwick Book Club. now translated for the stage. It don't matter what
All
your
right,
age
everybody.
is, all the
You can join us
rages.
again in your seats, and it is quiz time. So, Elisa's going to help me out with quiz tonight, which is what I usually do for Wes, but I'm Wes now, so you're me. Cool. Yeah. All right. Great. So, Elisa, do you want to pick some lucky contestants? So we're gonna pick 3 humans, and you folks are gonna come join us on the stage. Elisa's gonna make sure that she picks good humans, and you folks can win some cool Bushwick merch. So who do we have first? Who's joining us first? Looks like Scott S. Scott S. Come on up and play quiz with us, Scott. Win some stuff. Where are you? We don't know. There you are. Beautiful. You can come this way, or if you feel like you can make a big step, you can come this way. That works too. Great. Why don't you come take one of these microphones over here, stand in front of it, and that will be yours. All right. And then okay. Thanks. Okay, and contestant number 2 is going to be Brad R. Just in case there's more than one Brad R, it's Rempfer. Brad, you gonna come play quiz with us? Where are you at? There you are. All right, awesome. Okay. Really dramatic on this one. Great. Someone folded all of them. I bet that was Jeff. Okay, and Patty, come up and play quiz with us. All right, excellent. Put this back here, a little quiz bucket back here. Okay. All right, folks. So on microphone number 1 at the far end, we have Scott. In the middle, we have Brad. And then we have Patty closest to us over here. So friends, the quiz today is a very, very special topic for tonight. I mean, we are talking about the Count of Monte Cristo, so really could be anything. I mean, it could be all about poison, but in fact, tonight it is sandwich or dance. Yeah. It makes just as much sense as anything else. Yeah. Don't even worry about it. Sandwich or dance. And you folks are playing tonight for some very cool Bushwick t-shirts and mugs. Really attractive mugs. I like that it's a matte mug. Normally a mug has a gloss, but this says, no, you're able to touch me. I'm not too hot, because that matte gloss looks hot. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, all right, folks, the way this is gonna work is that you will each be asked questions until someone gets to 3 points. And the first person to reach 3 points is our winner, but we gotta play this to the bitter end because there's a lot of dances and sandwiches that you need to know about. So we will play until everyone has earned 3 points, all right? That's how this is gonna go.
It'll be a long night.
It's I will start making up sandwiches if we run out of sandwiches, but I truly don't think we will because Wes has provided me with so many fun sandwiches. So, Scott, you are up first. Are you ready? You feel confident that you know the difference between a dance and a sandwich?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, all right. Well, let's find out. So, Scott, dance or sandwich? Semita.
That's a dance.
That's incorrect. I'm afraid that is a sandwich. It is a sandwich from Mexico, and here's what's on it. It has sliced avocado, meat, cheese, onion, and red sauce, and it's on a sesame roll. That's great. I know. So you're all going to be like, where is a food truck after this, for real? All right, so I'm sorry, Scott. You remain at 0 points. Let's move on to Brad. So Brad, dance or sandwich? Grizzly bear.
Dance.
You are correct. That is a dance that started in 1900 San Francisco. It is rough and clumsy, and people yell, "It's a bear!"
Let's see it.
You've earned 1 point for learning about something, for correctly guessing something that drunk miners do. So, great. All right, Patty, sorry.
Not Patsy.
Not Patsy. I'm so sorry. Patty.
Yes.
Sandwich or dance? Molly.
Oh, the Molly's a dance.
The Molly is a dance. It is a Morris dance, traditionally done with plowboys.
Well, I think it's a dance you have to take the drug to dance.
Also true. That's also true. That is also true. But it is not sandwich, dance, or drug, and you did just fine identifying that it was a dance. So you nailed it. Perfect. All right, so after our first round, we have Patty and Brad in a tie with 1 point each. So Scott, this is your chance to catch up to these two folks. So Scott, sandwich or dance? Spaghetti.
It's definitely spaghetti is spaghetti, so it's not a sandwich. It's a dance.
I'm so sorry. It's a sandwich from Australia, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Because they're weird down there, and they put spaghetti between bread, and they're like, that's a food. So a spaghetti sandwich. I'm so sorry. Now you are cursed with this knowledge. All right, Brad, let's move on to you. Sandwich or dance? Gatsby.
Dance.
Incorrect, I'm sorry. That is a sandwich. It's a hoagie with fries from South Africa. All right, Patty, let's move on to you. How about Hambo? Sandwich or dance?
I'm going to go with dance.
That is correct. That is a traditional Scandinavian folk dance.
Oh, yes.
You have earned yourself a point. All right, so after this round, Patty is in the lead. She knows a lot about dancing and not very much about sandwiches. And then we're followed up with Brad with 1 point, and Scott, it is now your chance to catch up again. So, Scott, let's see. The people are on your side, Scott. The people are on your side. So, how about Borrowdale? Dance or sandwich? The people are pretty split.
Dance switch.
Dance switch.
Borrowdale?
Borrowdale, yes.
Borrowdale. Sandwich.
It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. It's a dance from Zimbabwe. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
How did you know that?
All right, Brad. Brad, let's move on to you. How about sandwich or dance? Dirk.
Dance.
That is indeed a dance.
You got it.
It is a Scottish dance that requires one brandish a dirk, a small dagger, while performing it. They love swords over there, so pretty much every Scottish dance involves a sword, some kind. All right, Patty, on to you. Sandwich or dance? Luther.
The Luther is a yummy sandwich.
Indeed, it is a yummy sandwich. For those of you who don't know, it's a hamburger and or cheeseburger on a glazed donut bun. So wow, the antipathy for that sandwich in this room. You are not cronut people, I just learned here. Well, it looks like, Patty, you have reached 3 points, which means you are our first winner tonight. So that also means you no longer need to be punished with knowledge of sandwiches and dances, and you may leave the stage with your prize. Everybody give it up for Patty. Thank you. As for the rest of you, you must play until you know 3 sandwiches from 3 dances. So let us go back to the start here. So sandwich or dance, my friend. carrozza.
Why are we back to the start?
To you, you're the start of the
I
line.
see. I thought you were going to give me the same one you gave me before.
So that you remember. It's about recall. That's how testing works in the American educational system. No, I'm giving you a new potential sandwich or potential dance.
It's not the same one at all.
No, it's not. So what do you think? Carrozza, sandwich or dance?
Carrozza? Mm-hmm. It's a dance.
It's not a dance. I'm so sorry, it's a fried mozzarella sandwich. It's very good.
Of course it is.
Yeah, naturally. All right, Brad, how about for you, sandwich or dance, Queen Alexandra?
Sandwich.
That is indeed a sandwich. And here's what it's got on it. Chicken. So far, so good. Mayonnaise. Okay, depends on how you feel about mayonnaise. Boiled tongue. Uh-oh. And cress, which I assume is short for watercress, which like makes the boiled tongue fancy, you know. All right, so Brad, you have now reached 3 points, which means you also have earned your prize and the right to leave the stage.
Is that my prize? The right to leave the
Your prize is the right to leave the stage. And where will he claim his prize? You make sure you go claim your prize at the merch table. Someone will put something in your hands. I don't know what it will be. It could be a sandwich. I have no idea. All right. I believe in you, and we're going to make sure that you know the difference between sandwiches and dances. So I'm going to ask you a few more. I promise I'll just ask you 3, and we'll call it a day. Okay. Yeah? Okay, so here's your lightning round of sandwich or dance. All right, sandwich or dance? Bug.
Dance.
That is a dance! Yes! He's in for the comeback. We love it. Okay, sandwich or dance?
Sandwich.
A sandwich is a sandwich. My God, you're getting so good at this. Sandwich or dance? Ham dog.
That's a dance.
No, that's our Australian friends again trying to pretend weird stuff is a sandwich. It's a hot dog wrapped in a beef patty, deep fried, and then covered with chili and a few French fries and a fried egg. I love Australia, everybody. They're amazing. Okay, let's try again.
You're gonna go fast.
All right, sandwich or dance? Trojak.
Dance.
That is a dance. That is a Silesian folk dance. All right, you're at 2 now. I think we can do it. Let's get you to 3. Let's get you there. Okay, sandwich or dance? Mother-in-law.
Sandwich.
That is a sandwich. It is a hot dog bun with Chicago-style corn roll tamale and topped with chili. Great. Now you know a thing. Thank you so much for playing, Scott. And we are going to give you a prize if you head over to the merch booth. That is sandwich or dance, everybody. You are now burdened with all of this terrible knowledge. And thank you, Elisa, for Vanna whiting this for us. Appreciate it. And Wes, thank you for looking all of that stuff up on Wikipedia. I'm sorry that I had to have fun in your place tonight, but I hope you enjoyed watching these people's pain as they tried to figure out what was a sandwich and what was a dance. All right, thank you, everybody, for playing along with us there and enjoying this great picture of Wes and his cool jester parrot hat. We are with you in spirit, my friend. All right, so we have more songs inspired by the Count of Monte Cristo coming up for you now in this half. And so, since the Count of Monte Cristo is a novel that involves relationships between the multiple generations, right? Between the old and the new. Our first artist kicking off this set, someone who is no stranger to Bushwick Book Club, and also someone who is doing his very first Bushwick show with us tonight. So we have a little bit of that Edmond Dantès and Albert de Morcrève relationship that's being established right now in front of you. So will you please welcome to the stage a little duo tonight from Megan Krantz and George Quarles.
the applause that Scott got for getting Sandwich and Dance. We just want to send a heartfelt congratulations to Scott. We were all rooting for you. Yeah, so the Count of Monte Cristo, powerful story, powerful themes, and I think something that Megan and I both really resonated with was this wrestling with justice and revenge and mercy and kind of transplanting that onto our stories and our lives in ways that we've experienced injustices and just really reflecting on that. And you put music and words to it, and there it is. It's music. Did you want to say a little something, Megan?
Yeah, we really resonated with just that portion of life we often go through where we wait for answers, wait for things to resolve, and so we kind of were inspired musically to kind of sit in that space and write a song. It's called The Count of Monte Cristo. And it's all in It's all in lowercase. Yeah.
Oh.
The Count of Monte Cristo song. Yeah. Sorry, okay, let's take a deep breath, everyone.
We're going to bring it down. We're going to bring it down now.
Waiting for justice, waiting for an answer, waiting for wrongs to be right. Make this right, time will create the fight, waiting for tears to be white. Mercy, mercy. Hold me like a blanket, mercy, mercy. Meet me in my darkest.
Place me on the altar, I'm stepping forward. Somebody ring the bell. Take me back, swing me around, show the world lost or found, crying out underground. Mercy, mercy. Hold me like a blanket, mercy, mercy. Meet me in my darkest, mercy, mercy. Hold me like a blanket, mercy. Meet me in my darkest.
redeem me with your miraculous provision, and I'll hope to receive my love again. Yeah, I'll aim to own my life again.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Megan Krantz and George Quarles. Beautiful piece of music. I'm going to hang out over here by this piano. So a dress like this requires that you drape yourself against a piano at some point during the evening, right? That's how this works. So, if you are interested in learning more about Bushwick's programs, you can always, of course, go to Bushwick's website. And in case you have not seen the following, there is a special Beverly Cleary themed crossword that was created just for Bushwick Book Club members. And that is available. I'm going to see if I can make Jeff make the screen magic happen, because I think there's a QR code for it, right? Yes, amazing. So there is the QR code there for you, bit.ly/CMC-crossword. And if you submit that, if you fill it out, you finish it because you are as good at crosswords as Will Shortz is at writing them, then, or as in this case, as Amy Zoe is at writing them, then you can submit that and you can get a ticket to the next Bushwick show. Now, of course, there's only one more in the season, which we have already told you a little about. That's the Midnight Library that's coming up here on June 11th. So if you would like to see that for free and you want to show off your crossword skills, that is how you do that. But I can see that we are now ready to give you another piece of beautiful music tonight. So please give it up for a performer who blends an American and Iranian folk traditions, who is a musical theater songwriter as well as an artist herself. Please welcome Shaudi Bianca Vahdat.
Hi, everyone. So wonderful to be here with you. Hello to my friends who are tuning in on the live stream. I would make eye contact with the camera, but I can't see it, so I'm doing my best guess. So great to be here. I had a lot of feelings with a capital F when reading this book. It almost was like the book turned into my significant other while I was reading it, because I have one friend that is one of my closest friends. We always go on walks like almost every day. And when I was reading the book, I would be like, you would guess what the Count of Monte Cristo said. Just like, you'll never guess who he poisoned, what he did. Like, you won't even. I had some reactions. Especially the way some of the characters were portrayed. I know it was a different time, but it still hurts the heart to read some of those things. But it was not a boring experience. And, you know, this song in particular was inspired by a moment early on where Mercedes is mourning the loss of Edmond. So Mercedes is the person who Edmond, who turns into the Count of Monte Cristo, is supposed to marry, but he gets taken away to the prison. And there's a scene where she's staring out at the water after he's been taken away. And then later in the book, you find out she was told, it turns out erroneously, that he died in that prison escape that I believe Chris wrote that song about, where he was thrown into the water. And so those two parts of the book made me think about this tradition of ballads that often come, especially from fishing communities, of songs where women, usually women, not always, are watching the sea, waiting for their beloved to come back, and not knowing if they will, and sometimes never knowing what happened to them. And I think those songs are so beautiful, and even those of us who maybe haven't had loved ones go to sea that way can still relate to them because they just evoke the melancholy of loss and grief so beautifully. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that often in those songs, not all of them, I haven't heard all of them, but the ones that I've heard, it's sort of like the grief tends to consume the person, and you kind of get the impression that for them, life is going to be over. Grief has consumed them, and even if they continue to live, it won't be much of a life. Or sometimes they even choose to end their lives. But Mercedes doesn't do that. I don't know if the author intended this read of this, but she tries to continue on. She tries to move forward with her life. She marries someone new. She becomes educated. She has a child who she has a great relationship with. The marriage doesn't really work out, but she tries to carve a new life. She tries to move forward. And so this song is exploring that character arc of Mercedes through that lens, giving her some agency. So some of the language is from the book itself, some of the language is mine. And just a note on this instrument before I start. This is called a Shruti box. It comes to us from India. It's a drone instrument. And in India, it's traditionally used for Indian classical music. And I'm pretty new to this instrument. Usually I perform on the keys, but I've had it for about a year and I really love it, so I hope that you will too. My love, come back to me. My love, back from the sea. My love, when will you be free? Come back, come back, come back to me. She cast herself upon the couch for want of oil. The lamp went out, but dawn or dark, her head stayed bowed. She never said her wedding vows. My love, come back to me, my love, back from the sea, my love, when will you be free? Come back, come back, come back to me. The ocean never seemed so vast. She felt her life had all but passed into the waves. She wanted to crash, but lived instead, surrendered her past. My love, come back to me, my love, back from the sea. Oh God, my God, please set me free. Come back, come back, come back to me. She learned of art, she learned of song. The months, the years, to her they were long. To find new love, a heart must be strong. Though there were those who thought she was wrong. My love, My love belongs to the sea. My love would want my soul to be free. My soul, my soul, my soul to be free. My soul, my soul, my soul to be free.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shaudi, Bianca, Vahdat, everybody. With a very cool instrument. And if you like the sound that Shaudi brought to you tonight, you can get some of her music on Spotify, on Apple Music. Just look it up, you'll find her. She also has a new EP out that you can access there as well. So our next performance tonight is also going to come to us remotely, as though, you know, he is far away, building a new life in another country, although it's probably just coming from his apartment. So I would direct your attention to that screen if you are here in the room with me, and it's just going to happen on your screens at home anyway. And please welcome Matt Price.
When you think about it, nothing says revenge quite like the Count of Monte Cristo. I was brave, I was young, I was a deep water son of a gun. I was bright, so bright. I was brighter than the Marseillan sun, but the sun went down and my friends betrayed me. Nobody was there to save me from the dungeon deep. Now the dead have risen again from the Mediterranean. By the stones, by the stars, by the shadows of these iron bars, by the moon, by the sun, by the barrel of a murderer's gun, you're gonna drink from the cup of unending sorrow, knowing that you know tomorrow when I'm finally free. For the dead have risen again from the Mediterranean. Well, you know I've been down, I've been a long time down in a deep dark hole in the ground. All my old friends were on solid ground just as long as I wasn't around, but those days are done and the ground is trembling. Everyone can stop dissembling, pay attention to me. For the dead have risen again from the Mediterranean. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-ba. I've been a digging around in your past. I've been making some plans for your future. Well, I know about the double dealing deeds you did and your double-crossing deals in the dark. Everybody said that I was dead, you said, but they didn't really deal with the spark. Now it's burst into flame and is leaping higher. Look into your judgment fire, you can feel the heat. For the dead have risen again from the Mediterranean. From the Mediterranean.
Thank you to Matt Price for coming to us from Corsica, apparently, with our special guests, Wes Waddell and Jeff Larson, who didn't get that all expenses paid trip to Corsica, which just seems unfair to you both. I'm so sorry, Jeff and Wes. I'm so sorry about that. I want to tell you about another Bushwick Book Club partnership, which is with Jack Straw Cultural Center. And if you tune in to the Bushwick YouTube channel, then perhaps you have seen one of 12 episodes of the Jack Straw anthology series. And each one of these, here's just one example, episode 12, dropped 4/13/22. Each of these episodes pairs a Bushwick artist with a Jack Straw writer to create some original work together. So all of those are available for you on the Bushwick YouTube channel. And that is a perfect segue to our final artist tonight, because she has received a 2022 Jack Straw Cultural Center residency. And what that grants her is 40 hours of recording time to work on her own projects. So you are about to get, thanks to Jack Straw Cultural Center, some truly amazing music. And right now, tonight, you get to hear her interpretation of The Count of Monte Cristo. So please welcome to the stage, LaVon Hardison.
I don't know about y'all, but this is so, isn't it so life-affirming? Even though the book is like not, but the whole experience of words meeting music and hearing everybody sharing is just marvelous. So the name of this song is Fortuna Brevis, and it made me, The Count of Monte Cristo really made me think about, like, we're shaped by moments. You know, it's like we walk out of our door, we think we're going to get married, but no. You know, we think this is going to happen, but no. And it kind of made me think about the goddess Fortuna, and, you know, like from Carmina Burana, O Fortuna, velut luna. But this goddess in her fickle, wayward way. So, yeah. Dark clouds or sun can't hide the rain. Hard times, friend, come despite blessings. Glamour or shade may hide the weight of heavy hearts' embers dying. Fresh storms, they vex the weary soul and weigh down new wings of hoping. The proud, the stiffest knee bends low, the learned regret all knowing. Da 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 Fortuna dances in green fields and raises a glass to the yearning. We bask in sunlight unafraid in a wheel that's forever turning. Us towards the rocks and hungry waves, strange winds are forever blowing. So do your worst and I'll do mine, the eye of the storm's never closing. Da 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 Young friend, live well and serve her well. Fortuna brevis the lady. Bind up your wounds, all wisdom employ, and win all your battles. Ha! Maybe da 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 da.
Thank you, LaVon Hardison. Folks, I hope that your quest for vengeance has been fulfilled this evening by listening to all of these amazing singer-songwriters explore the various themes in Count of Monte Cristo, most of which are about bringing your haters down. So hopefully you will leave this space feeling fulfilled, and maybe you can, move on with your lives and let the haters be after this evening. So I would love to say thank you to a bunch of folks right now before I give you the chance to say thank you to our amazing artists once again. So first of all, I want to thank our front of house folks on sound, Dave Campbell and Nicholas Casey. Thank you so much. We love when microphones work and sound good, and that's all you guys. It's great. Thank you to Evan Mosher and Stephen Aronson for making sure that our friends at home can access us on a live stream. So thanks so much for that, both of you. Thank you to Bushwick member Michael Wallenfels for designing all of this cool art for every show poster, including this one. Thank you to tonight's volunteers, and of course to Bushwick's production team, Jeff Larson, Melissa Montalto, Lisa Newhall, and Wes Waddell. Thanks to everybody for putting everything together. And of course our town hall house manager, Candace Wilkinson Davis. Thank you so much for having us here tonight. So, I would also like to say thank you to all of our artists this evening, so give it up one more time for Vince Martinez, Kristin Chambers, Olivia Brownlee, Chris Poage, the Go Janes, Megan Krantz and George Quarles, Shaudi Bianca Vahdat, Matt Price, and LaVon Hardison. Thank you all. This evening does not exist without your artistry. That's the whole point. It's just showing off how amazing that all of you are and celebrating this book in the process of doing so. My name is Sialor St Claire. Thank you all so much for having me out here tonight. And please do come back again on June 11th for the last Bushwick Book Club show of the year, at which, by the way, they will be announcing next season. They all met on Tuesday night, and they made some decisions in a clandestine Zoom room. And you can find out what those are if you show up at the next show for the Midnight Library on June 11th. Thank you all so much to being out here tonight, and thanks to you watching at home on the live stream. We appreciate you, whether you are here in person or watching at home on your couch with a nice glass of rosé. So I hope to see you again sometime soon at a Bushwick show, regardless. Have a great night, everybody.
Inspiration from the page, now translated for the stage. It don't matter what your age is, all the ages, right here at the Bushwick Book Club.